Welcome into KSU Nation, the best K-State and Big 12 podcast out there. I'm Stevie B.
And I am Kenny G.
And in today's episode, we're talking K-State winning 34-20 versus UCF. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, and consider joining the channel as well. Kenny, K-State is back, finally winning a game. If they win next week, dude. If they win next week, it's a winning streak.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, Stevie, you actually were at the game this last weekend. Man, tell me about that, because I heard that this was like a massive crowd and kind of weird considering that we were 1-3, but man, the Cats fans, they're just built different, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, I was walking to the stadium and I didn't see that many people, honestly. And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a sparse crowd. But then I get there and like the stadium just starts filling up. By the end of the first quarter, the whole place was like 98, 99% full. 53,013, 11th largest crowd in terms of tickets sold in K-State football history. Considering K-State is 1-3, this is not a band day or a Fort Riley day or a Harley day. It's none of those. It was an ag day, but still like that. And considering K-State's only playing UCF, it's not like they're playing like Texas, Oklahoma. I feel like that's pretty awesome. Like, I don't know how many other 1-3 teams are going to get the crowd that K-State got. And in fact, I tweeted about it, Kenny. I tweeted about it. Let me see if I can pull it up here. It got a lot of likes and a lot of views.
Right.
I want to say over 40,000 views or something crazy like that.
I mean, there's teams out there that are like undefeated that aren't even getting this kind of crowd.
I know, man. I know.
There's just a lot of pride in this school, man. And I think that really needs to be at the forefront of these players and coaches' minds going into every home game. And honestly, in every away game, because, you know, just because like you're not at home, that doesn't mean all those fans aren't watching you, you know, in the away game. So that's just like more reassurance, more encouragement to the players. I mean, it must just feel really good knowing that despite having a bumpy start, that you've got some fans that are going to back you up. And that just felt really good, knowing that, you know, KSU Nation has not withered away. In fact, we came back bigger and stronger than ever before to support our team. I mean, this is kind of what you want as a football team, as a fan base. Man, it's just really amazing to me. Like, you know, that like these players, they couldn't have asked for a better fan base. They couldn't have asked for, you know, a better place to play, you know,
absolutely.
Football, you know
absolutely,
what I mean?
man. Absolutely. Because I watched some of the other crowds and I just want to point it out. Going into their game, KU was 3-1. K-State had 12,000 more people at their game than KU did, even though K-State was 1-3 instead of 3-1. Like, that tells you like how big of fans K-State fans are. Like, K-State fans care. They care a lot. In fact, I put that tweet out. I can't pull it up right now. It has 42,000 views and 900 plus likes. It's pretty crazy, man.
I mean, you heard Chris Kleiman. He even said himself, like in his post-game press conference, he was like, you know, given the way that we've played this last month, you know, it's very easy for a fan to just say, you know what, I'm going to watch the Cats at home. He even realizes it, you know? So the fact that despite the fact that K-State hasn't performed well, or I shouldn't say perform well, they haven't performed up to expectations. And that would be a pretty good excuse for every fan to just kind of, you know, I'm not going to go to the game. You know, hats off to the K-State fans. They definitely, if there was a cat of the game, it should go to the fans, honestly, because there is no reason. Yeah, exactly. Look at this, man. This is so cool. For those that are just listening, Stevie just posted, you know, he's put this on the screen, a little, basically a panning view of the entire stadium. You're sitting up in the press box there.
I am. I was. I did go down later to sit with my sister and my mom, but yeah, look at that crowd. K-State 1-3. That's a better crowd than they deserve. And like I said, Chris Kleiman,
shoulder to shoulder Everybody is literally packed in there, man. And it's just awesome to see, man. Like, the Cats don't deserve this based on how they've played, but the fans they just care so much, like you said, Stevie, and it just makes me feel good. It warms my heart, to know that we've got a fan base that is just die hard, man. And
absolutely,
like, this is the worst that K-State's ever played in the last, since 1989, and at least the start of the season. And so just to see that the fans have, like, you know what, instead of just going home and watching at home, we're going to go up, we're going to show up even better, show up louder, and show up for the boys. Hopefully that helps them win. And you know what, it did. I'm sure it played a little bit of a little role of it, so but man,
it's
first win of the day, proving me wrong. I have never been happier being wrong about my prediction.
Is K-State back? Is K-State back, Kenny?
I don't know. I don't want to go off the deep end here. Okay. Like, it's
just one game.
It's one game. UCF coming off of a very emotional week. For those who don't know, they lost their one of their coach. I think was their lineman coach,
offensive line coach.
Yep. Yeah. Offensive lineman coach. He passed away. So that would give them a reason to play hard. And guess what? They did play hard. They definitely were fighting the whole game. But it's still an emotional week for them. I'm sure that was in the back of their mind. Losing a coach is always really tough. And so I can't imagine what they've been going through, but also K-State coming off of a bye week. This was, backs against the wall. You had to come and win, show the fans why they give the fans a reason to be packing out the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what they did. And man, they put on a show. Dylan Edwards, fantastic, coming back, showing everybody that this is what we were looking for from the very start of the season. The team just plays different when he's in there. Exciting stuff. I went back. I couldn't watch it. I was doing a bunch of stuff for my grandma, doing a bunch of stuff for my brother, my dad. It was a really big family weekend for me, but I was listening on the radio. The radio broadcast was fantastic. Yeah, man, I wish I was there. I bet the energy was crazy. Stevie, let us have it. Tell us what it was like with the bill going nuts.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. The crowd was great. That first half, K-State led 17-7. There was a bunch of different things K-State did. In fact, a lot of people are pretty upset with some play calls early on from Matt Wells, and I totally get it. I mean, there was a double pass in there. Lincoln Cure caught a lateral and then threw a ball before he actually caught a real pass, which is wild to think about. He threw an interception before he had a reception, which is crazy. But all in all, that 17-7 first half was the best half K-State has played since the bowl game against Rutgers. The second half of that game, obviously. Avery Johnson looked pretty darn good. K-State tried some different things. They were running the ball with their second string quarterback, Blake Barnett, doing a different package there for 4, 5, 6 plays. It was pretty cool. Dylan Edwards is a man. I'm like, you can tell when he's not in versus when he's in, right? Like, K-State has not looked like a great team without him in there. I mean, think about the last 2 games he's played: 196 yards rushing, 166 yesterday. So pretty big difference. Now, there is one negative I want to talk about. Jace Brown is hurt. K-State has gone 5 games so far this season and not had a single game with Jace Brown, Dylan Edwards, and Avery Johnson and company all being healthy. So that kind of sucks. But if that's the offense K-State's going to get without Jace Brown, my goodness, when he comes back, this team is different. They played with an attitude. They played with a purpose. They got a sideline warning for celebrating. I mean, they played pretty darn well. Defensively, I felt like K-State played pretty good, and we'll talk about it here in a minute. Outside of 3 plays, K-State was lights out defensively. Lights freaking out. And our boy Quay Moss with a sick interception, baby. I know you saw that highlight, Kenny.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. But you also you mentioned Jace Brown, when he comes back, that's going to be big. But what about Bradley? You know,
He's going to come back soon too. They're
he's going to be coming back too
next week or two. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now it's just Tibbs. I mean, and even like Sterling Lockett got a little bit of love too, which is
he got
big
a catch
time.
in there. Yep.
Big time, man. I was super happy for him because, you know, for those who don't know, Lockett, the Lockett family name, I mean, it was a Kevin Lockett, was their dad, played back in the late 90s, you know, big time, wide receiver for the Cats. And then his uncle, and then
Aaron Lockett, who was on the team that was number 1 in the country in 1998 before they lost in the Big 12 championship. And then,
right.
His brother, Tyler Lockett.
And then, yes, Tyler Lockett, just a beast of a guy. I mean, he played for the Seahawks for the longest time, but he also holds like almost all the records for a wide receiver in K-State, Ring of Honor, and so his little brother, Sterling, getting finally a pass thrown to him, and it was caught, and it was cool to see. Lincoln Cure caught a pass, like you said. Got the tight ends getting touchdowns again. Dude, it's like, what, we got K-State back, like K-State is finally playing up to its potential, minus Jace Brown, of course. Probably would have been a way more explosive game with him in there.
My goodness, yeah.
And then, Jared Bradley is his name Jared Bradley?
I thought it was Durand, but
Durand Bradley.
But I don't know. Like he called him JB, so we'll just call him JB since it's JB Bradley.
Yeah.
There we go.
JB Bradley not being in either. So two massive threats on the wide receiver room. So it's like when we get those guys back, plus the offensive line seemed to be doing a lot better this time.
They were better yesterday with a different grouping in there, and I do not mean this in a negative way towards one individual, but when there was a different left guard in there named Devin Vass, when he was in there instead of someone else, the K-State offensive line was significantly better. K-State had 270 rushing yards, Kenny. The highest before this year was like 120.
Yeah. I mean, the stats don't lie, man. And one of the things I've been hearing a lot about when it comes to the offensive line, I've heard from our man, our boy, Brian Hanley, Big B. He talks about like how when it comes to an offensive line, you want to have 5 guys that are going to stay in constantly. You don't want all these rotating guys all the time, because you want that continuity, on the line. You want those guys to be meshing well and have the chemistry. When you're constantly rotating guys in and out of the line, it kind of messes with that chemistry, messes with that continuity feeling, of like, how, like when this guy moves and this guy moves, how to move together. You kind of become one unit, even though there are 5 individuals that you guys move together as one unit. And it was cool to finally see that we kind of did that. Now we finally established like, these are the 5 guys. We're going to use them. Yes, I think I know who you're talking about. Some seniority players that, had been there for a while.
A long time.
Had to take a step back, let these other guys who have, looks like they were hungry, man. Looks like they were hungry, ready to get in there, ready to play hard.
Yep.
So happy to see it, man. Just like you said, the energy on the sidelines is undeniable. I mean, Chris Kleiman even was going crazy.
Happy birthday to Chris Kleiman, by the way. They won on his birthday.
They won on his birthday, 58 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was going nuts because of Will Swanson block. Like he just blocked him from start to the whistle blew, like blocking him the whole way, which allowed, I think it was either Avery Johnson or Dylan Edwards run. It was like one of those 2 runs that like his block caused them to be able to, and that was our biggest criticism, Steve. The blocks on the outside, being able to get, they run a jet sweep. It goes for like, 20 yards or whatever. It's like, oh my God, man, where has this been? Like we've been literally crying on the top of the mountains. Why are we not doing the jet sweep? Why are we not running to the perimeter? What is going on here?
And I talked about it before the game. I was like, they struggle getting to the edge and covering the edge. And K-State got to the edge.
They got to
in a freaking hurry. Now, what I will say is Avery did miss a couple throws. He missed a touchdown right down the middle to Tibbs. That would have been really, really, really nice. But overall, I mean, I think K-State played pretty darn well, man. K-State and 0 special teams blunders. First time all season. K-State special teams were lights out. By the way, our field goal kicker, Luis Rodriguez, dude, we got to give hats off to him. He's not missed a kick all year, 5 for 5 and
Yeah,
15 for 15 on extra points.
He is like an automatic foot, man. Like the guy has been kissed by the gods on that foot. It's just incredible, man. Like all around, just exciting. I mean, yes, there were, like you said, apart from a few explosive plays on the other end, you could make mistakes, and yes, it's fine. But the energy is what we were looking for. This is what K-State fans really, really were calling for since the very beginning of the season, and even partly of last season. We just wanted to see some energy. Like, yes, it's okay to mess up and make mistakes, but if you like make a big play, get fired up, man. Get really excited about it, because that's what it's all about. You don't get many chances to play college football. So when you have the chance, take it and be excited about it. And when you get excited, the fans are right behind you, man, because we want to see that excitement. When you just are going through the motions and it's just another day in the office, man, it just makes us seem like you're bored out there. And then that does eventually translate.
Great question. We'll see.
Who lays an egg next week, Baylor or K-State?
Hopefully Baylor. Hopefully Baylor.
That's a great question. I mean, obviously, K-State Nation, you're on KSU Nation.
Kenny Steve United Nation.
yeah, the Kenny and Steve United Nation. Dude, we want K-State to ride this wave. I mean, obviously, Baylor is going to be a much tougher opponent, especially on offense. Especially on offense. But, I think, like, at this point, everything that we want is in front of us. So we just need to just go get it, and ride this wave, this excitement. I mean, this is just one step, of course we've got some mistakes. We'll talk about that a little bit in this episode, but man, super exciting. I cannot wait. It is in Waco. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Then K-State comes back home and plays TCU at home.
The next two games are crazy hard.
Desert Devil had a little bit of a heart attack down there. And
my God, dude. Well, and we'll talk about that tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, we'll talk about the looking around the Big 12 and reacting to all the games there, because Stevie and I, we did watch a little bit of that last weekend.
I watched like all of the games all weekend, dude. I watched
that's right,
almost every minute of it. Okay, Kenny, let's get into the stats breakdown here.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Okay. Avery Johnson, 18 of 25 passing, 168, 2 touchdowns. But what made him special, Kenny? He was running the ball, baby. 12 carries, 75 yards, and 25-yard run was on the first third down of the game. They brought a blitz. They ran man. I think it was 3rd and 11. And homeboy took off, got 25 yards. And I was like, okay, we're going to get a running Avery Johnson finally. Yeah. And he ran the ball 12 times total in the game, 75 yards, over 240 total yards in the game, 243 yards total. How do you assess his performance? 2 total touchdowns. Like I said, 243 yards.
It's great, man. It's fantastic. Look, I mean, even the coaches, they said in their post-game presser, when they lost Jace Brown, they literally told him, look, you need to run now. Like, we knew we were expecting you to have to run a little bit. Now you have to run. Like, there's no question now. So to a lot of people that are still wondering if it's an Avery problem or if it's a coaching problem, it's guaranteed now at this point. The coaches have always been telling him not to run because they don't want him getting hurt.
He took some hits. He
took some hits. He made some really risky plays. I love it. He's out there playing football, for God's sakes. I mean, this is what you want to see. But you definitely can see it now, because the coaches are making it very clear. They said, we need you to run more often now. We need you to actually run the ball now, because Jace Brown was out. That's their best attack in their throwing game. So what happens? They ask him to run more. This is what he puts out. This is incredible. It also helps with the fact that, Dylan was back, which did help, give Avery a little bit of help on that end, because once he's in, I mean, the kid is just incredible. And then, of course, the defenses are going to be keying on number 3. And then that leaves Avery, to do what he can do. So it's great to have Dylan back. I mean, I think a lot of what Avery did on with his legs is pretty much piggybacked off of what Dylan did with his legs. And so allowing these two to be together, like work together, the running game is back. I mean, and
I
also
agree.
can't do it without a good offensive line. So you still need to give shout outs to the offensive line for doing what they did as well. So yeah,
Sam Heck played good. Devin Vass played good. Line Gang played okay. Pastore played good. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree 100%.
And also, I feel like this is going to be talked about a lot this week. I just want to touch on it because Blake Barnett, for those who watched the game, this guy, redshirt freshman, he's like 6'3", 229 pounds, basically, or 6'1". He's 6'1", 229 pounds, basically my height and weight. Just kidding. I weigh way more than him. But Blake Barnett.
By the way, hold on real quick. Kenny and I have lost a combined 30 pounds in just over about a month and a half now. Shout out to us. And Kenny is currently beating me on the weight loss challenge. So shout out to you. So I want to put that out there. We are trying to get smaller.
I've put away the ranch dressing. I haven't picked up the ranch dressing shot glass in a while. So
okay. All right.
Anyway, Blake Barnett, redshirt freshman coming in. I don't even think I've seen him play one snap ever.
No, never. He hasn't.
He comes in as a quarterback. Avery's right next to him, and he does some like quarterback runs, and he's like putting his body on the line, and he's like clawing and scratching these yards up ahead. It just was really cool to like watch and witness a redshirt freshman going out there and laying it all out there on the line, which I think gave the confidence to everyone else on the team to really just leave it all on the field and just to play with like fire on your head, like just literally go out there and give it your all. Shout out to Blake Barnett, for being a redshirt freshman. He was a leader out there to start the game. He really like set the tone, I feel like, offensively, to really just get a fire going, a fire lit behind these guys. So shout out to him. I know a lot of people are going to talk about him and his contribution to the early part of the series when we got the ball, and it was really creative. Shout out to Matt Wells putting that together.
Yep.
But honestly, really cool stuff. It made me feel really good seeing a young guy out there given the business, and then just getting everybody else rallied around this kid who's just got this energy about him. Really fun. He just, I don't know. It was really cool to watch. Just wanted to give him a shout out on KSU Nation.
Absolutely. And K-State ran the ball averaging almost 8 yards a carry, Kenny, almost 8 yards per carry.
Wow.
Crazy. Let's talk about the receivers. Like we said, K-State's without that's top two, Jace Brown and JB Bradley. Tibbs had to lead the way, 8 catches, 72 yards. Oakley got a touchdown. He did have a couple drops. Drops are still an issue across the board. Had he not dropped either one of those, K-State would have extended its drive. Will Ancia with a really nice touchdown catch on a really cool design play. Shout out Matt Wells. I mean, he was in his bag this past game. I honestly felt like
he was wide open, dude.
He was. It was a perfect little design, like a little rollout to the right, a 3-second delay, then he goes to the left when everyone thinks he's just standing and blocking, wide open for a touchdown. Beautiful play.
I mean, Avery literally just like, I don't think he could have thrown it any softer. I mean, like that thing was just lobbed right to him, just floated right to him.
And he was like the one tight end that we did not pick, because I picked Swanson, you picked Oakley, and Tim Fitz picked Lofton.
Yeah,
he was the one tight end we didn't pick who got the first.
He was the one tight end that, I mean, it's really random that he got the first tight end touchdown because he plays like the least amount. I think Oakley's in there more. Oakley and Swanson are in there like nonstop. Lofton's in there on some like really interesting plays here and there.
And Lincoln Curse playing some wide receiver.
Exactly. Yeah, Oakley is like really just like the go-to guy. I feel like he gets targeted a lot, and then I think Swanson's really there for the blocking.
I agree.
But yeah, fantastic all around. The receivers, Drawn Tibbs, he had a couple of drops as well. But overall, he's got to be the guy that steps up here. I mean, he really did do some do some damage on the field. I mean, like when he needed to get a catch, he got a catch, and it was like, okay, great. Looks like Dillon had one reception here. Not for very many yards, but at the end of the day, it was solid receiving. This wasn't the story though. It was mostly the rushing that was the story of the offense yesterday. And so the receiving, the pass game was good, keeping the defense, spread out, keeping them honest.
Allowing that shovel pass was nice. That shovel pass for tight end was nice.
Yeah, very, very cool. That was to Oakley.
Yep,
I believe
it was.
Yep.
But our cat of the game, we don't have a graphic for it. Didn't have time to make it. Has to be Dylan Edwards, baby. 171 total yards, 21 touches, 1 touchdown, including an explosive 75-yard touchdown run. Man, what you and I have been talking about this for a while. It feels like at some point Dylan was going to get loose for a huge long touchdown run. Avery's going to get loose at some point for a long touchdown run too. Both of them are way too fast to not be, having long touchdown runs. At some point, Avery's going to get 1 or 2 as well. But it's
that game breaking speed and
23
the ability. Yeah, and the ability to just cut and make. I mean, look at dude, you sent me the video. Avery Johnson with that insane cut, just making that guy.
God, dude.
That guy's ankles were broke, man. Like
he fell down twice on that play. Actually, if you go back and watch.
Yeah, I mean, Avery is dangerous when he gets the ball going, man. I mean, he is just like. It's deceivingly fast. Like it is so deceivingly fast because he runs so effortlessly, but he is so insanely quick. And then Dylan, man, I mean, just exciting, breaking tackles. I think he broke like an arm tackle in there on that 75-yard run, just finding the seam. And he's such a small guy. I mean, he just needs a little bit of a little gap to run through, and he is gone, dude.
Yep.
He is absolutely gone. He's so fast. His acceleration is what's amazing. He doesn't really have a lot of top end speed, but his acceleration is through the roof.
Yeah. I mean, I think both are pretty nice. I mean, when you're hitting 23 miles per hour, you got to have pretty good top end speed as well.
Yeah, of course.
His acceleration is next level. It is next level.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to you, Stevie. I mean, your hot takes.
My score prediction. Yeah, I said 34-24 in case it won 34-20. And then I had Dylan over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns. He only had 1, but still a lot closer than what was yours?
Oh, I had K-State losing, but I had Lincoln Cure catching a touchdown.
Yeah, that is.
And I did say for defense, I said we were going to have 2 turnovers, at least 2 turnovers. I said either a fumble or an interception.
Is that our segue to defense?
I think that is our segue to defense.
The defense was pretty stellar, dude. They forced, I think, 3 turnovers in the game. At least,
dude. 2. Logan Bartley with the topping the tackles. He is kind of came out of nowhere.
He played pretty darn good, dude.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. So, in the beginning of the season, VJ Payne was playing not the top, like the true safety. He was playing the in safety, and then they've basically swapped him and some other guy now, and now VJ can actually play the back safety, like the true furthest guy out there.
And he did not have a great game. He dropped an interception right in his hands. I mean,
I think
VJ Payne has not been having a great season overall, honestly.
Yeah, this has been a struggle for him, but I do think with moving him back to his original position, I think that might help him because I did see him make some pretty good tackles. Quay Moss, my God, what can you say about this kid other than just it? I mean, he just sets the tone, dude. Like,
yeah,
he makes mistakes, but man,
not as many as other people.
But man, he is just so exciting. I mean, to think that this guy played for a Division II school, like that's like, for those who don't know, that's like playing for Hayes or something like that. That's like playing for
Washburn or Pitt State.
Yeah, it's like a really small school that like no one cares. Going from that to working his way to FCS, to working his way to now a Power 4 program. And he's making game deciding plays, man. Like he's not just going through the motions. He's not just on like a scout team. Like he's in there, man. And it's just such an awesome thing to witness, as a fan.
Absolutely.
To hear a storyline like that, it just writes itself.
He's my favorite player on defense right now. He's playing with the most energy of anyone out there. He makes the least amount of mistakes. I mean, his story is amazing.
Yeah.
And an interception yesterday. Oh my goodness. He ripped it right out of his hands, man. Right
That
on the
was
sideline.
such an athletic play. I mean, it was just like the presence of mind to know, like, to reach around and then bring it back in. And then also to get that foot in bounds before he rolled out. Dude, such an athletic play. Hats off to him. What a crazy, great play that was. But listening to the broadcast, they gave Gunner the defensive player of the game, which, by the way, he was playing out of his mind. Yes,
he had one interception. He should have had at least one or two others as well. Like they weren't as like they were way more difficult than the one that VJ Payne dropped. I'll just say that, way more difficult. But the one he caught was pretty darn nice, dude. He played his best game as Wildcat. 3 tackles, interception. I mean, 2 solo. He played pretty darn well. Like I knew it was going to take him a while to figure out our defense and then come back from an ACL, but still, man, he played pretty darn good yesterday. We have to give him props for sure.
Definitely got to give him props. I mean, just flying around, making big plays. You love to see it. And his came early on. His interception came in early, and that could. I mean, obviously, anytime you make a big turnover like that, changes the trajectory of the game. But for him to make that play at the moment that he did was just really, really great. Right there,
absolutely.
Midfield just shut down any hope of getting back, and I think K-State went on and they scored. Yeah, they scored off of that turnover. So that's the big thing. Capitalizing on the turnovers was my biggest like worry, and my biggest like point of focus was, we can get these turnovers, we can get these punts, can we turn it into points? Can we turn any of this into points? And we did. And that was something that I was really excited about. It's like, wow, okay, K-State's finally getting in a groove here. So this is good.
K-State had 3 sacks in the game. They were pretty disruptive defensive line wise. I mean, let's take a look at their stats real quick before we move on. They did hurt their quarterback. I mean, you never want to see anyone get hurt. Like, you really don't. But to see K-State put pressure on a quarterback, I mean, he had to go out of the game for a long time. He really did. He had 1 interception. The backup came in. He threw a touchdown, which that was Wesley Fair's fault. He dove for a guy, just let him get down the sideline. I think it was a cover 2 there, but allowed less than 200 yards passing, and right around 200 yards rushing. So not an amazing day defensively, but when you only allow 20 points, the scoreboard is the biggest, difference maker for sure. And K-State, stopped a 4th down, which, by the way, I want to talk about that 4th down really quick. UCF broke the huddle with 12 guys, which should have been a penalty. They ran the ball on 4th and 1. Not only did they not get it, they fumbled the ball, and VJ Payne jumped on it. So they did 3 things wrong on offense if you're UCF on that particular play. But somehow, like I said, K-State ended up with the ball, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it also, one of the things I had mentioned, I think I texted you this, was they had, it almost seemed like K-State was doing to UCF what had happened to them, in these past weeks, where K-State would leave their defense out there for long series, and then like UCF would break, like, again, that pass. It was like 2 plays, and then that pass broke out. And then guess what? Their defense goes right back out there, and then K-State's whittling them down even more and more. And so it's like, those big plays are exciting, of course, but it hurts you in the long run. K-State knows all too well that, leaving a defense out there to constantly get beat up over and over again. Had a little background music there.
Yeah.
Leaving a defense out there.
Oh my gosh. ESPN. Oh, that's so funny.
Leaving a defense out there to get beat up over and over and over again does it just adds. It definitely affects the team as a whole, because your offense can't get on the field, and they're getting antsy, and then that leads to mistakes later on because the offense isn't clicking because they've been waiting on the sideline forever. So whether, whatever you want to call it, I mean, obviously you don't want to see a team break out a huge explosive play for a touchdown ever, against your team that you're supporting. But, if it had to happen, and then K-State's offense goes back out there and does another like 13, 14 play drive, just beating up on that defense, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, it's overall, again, yes, Desert Devil. Compare Kenny's tape from Friday to today. Friday, they suck. Today, life is glorious. Kenny, you're too funny. Yeah, man. I mean, look,
life as a fan, man. Life as a fan for sure. And by the way, I want to show the stuff that he sent us. He emailed us some photos and some videos. I want to make a little montage of that and put it up tomorrow when we go live.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, did he throw up the cat sign? I mean, I didn't see him. I didn't see him on the sideline there.
I didn't see it. Hey, K-State only had 2 penalties in the game, forced 3 turnovers. They won the time of possession battle. Finally, I think it's the first time all season. Honestly,
yeah.
They held UCF to 3 of 13 on 3rd down, but more importantly, Kenny, 0 of 2 on 4th down, and they were the number 1 team in the country
converting 4th down.
Converting 4th downs. They were 8 for 8 going into this game.
Yeah, and also big shout. I mean, it just seems like this team. Also, you mentioned the 2 penalties, man. K-State has done really well in terms of penalties. Haven't really gotten that many.
Nope.
It goes to show, at least we're playing in that sort of disciplined way.
Yep.
I'm excited to see where this goes. Like, where does this lead? Does this lead to build? Is this a building block that we can build on? I mean, you had to win this game. You had to win this game to stay in the race. Now it's time to build upon it. Of course, take what worked. I really hope that they don't shy away from Brandon Barnett. I really don't. I hope they go away from that. I think having him there,
Blake Barnett,
gives Blake Barnett. So Blake Barnett, you have to have him in there. Don't shy away from that. Give teams, have them worry, like have them second guessing, like, oh man, is it like he's in the game now? If Jace comes back, I really hope that happens. I think we're a few weeks away from JB Bradley coming back. But when he comes back, I mean, it's just let this be a building block, get the momentum going. And, once we get all of our pieces, we still don't even have our best lineman yet. Fitzpatrick is still not in the game yet.
I totally forgot about that, man.
Right?
I mean,
he's been out forever.
K-State, I mean, we're 5 games into the season. We're almost halfway. And K-State has not played a single game of everyone available. That is crazy. That is crazy.
But, I mean, just, again, excited for the Cats, excited for this win, and I'm excited for the next stretch of weeks that are coming. Got Baylor, down in Waco, and then we're coming back for homecoming against TCU, which is, I'm hoping for another big mid-October game. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to take off.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the schedule really quick for everyone to see.
Pulling up the schedule now. I mean, because having this win does spark a little bit of life for the Cats. I mean, and the way that they won, it wasn't like they barely scratched away with this win. I mean, they earned this win. They played hard, beat Baylor and Waco, and there's a chance. Of course, yeah. Baylor has always been the Achilles heel for K-State. They're always a tough team, and at least we'll know this for sure. They're not going to be going against a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, Baylor's crowd was probably better than what they're going to get for K-State when they played Arizona State, and they only had 40,000 people there. And it's an 11 a.m. kick. I expect less than that, which that's wild to say. But yeah, here's the schedule. K-State plays at Baylor on Saturday at 11 a.m. Thankfully, it does not affect our volleyball game on Saturday, which is awesome.
Right.
We might miss like the very end, but hopefully because we got to go early. But thankfully, it's only 10 minutes away from where a game.
Hopefully the Cats are up by like 4 touchdowns. By
Yes,
that
it
point.
won't matter. It won't matter. But Kenny should be coming over to watch the game, right?
Yes, of course. I've moved some things around to make that happen.
Okay.
TCU the week after that homecoming game.
Yeah,
That's going to be a big time. And then we have a stretch of away games it's tough to see, honestly. But KU, Texas. Oh wait, no, Texas Tech's home.
Texas Tech is at home. Yep, and then Oklahoma State at Utah. So 3 out of 4 there are away.
Yeah, and the biggest one I'm worried about, obviously, is KU.
Yep.
Texas Tech. I mean, we'll see what their
Texas Tech's
season
pretty good.
They're very, very good. We'll see how it goes with them if they've settled on a quarterback, because there's a whole quarterback drama between those two teams, between that team. But KU is the one I'm mostly worried about. Going to KU, possibly losing that game. But I have to
worry about that right now. Let's just be.
I have to do something, Steve. I have to apologize to the entirety of KSU Nation.
Hold on. Let me remove this. I'm going to put you full screen. Let's hear the apology, Kenny.
To the entirety of KSU Nation, I just want to say that I am sorry for picking K-State to lose this last weekend against UCF. Can you blame me? I didn't think the Cats had it in them, but the Cats proved me wrong. But more importantly, the biggest part of my apology is putting KU in the top 5 of the power rankings. I don't know what I was thinking there. I honestly have no idea what I was thinking putting KU in the top 5. But fear not. Okay, that I do apologize for that. I have every right to get every bit of hate and egg on my face. Not hate. We're not going to do hate. Okay. But I have every right for people to just roast me in the comment section. But the power rankings are coming out tomorrow. And so you guys should stick around and see where KU lands in the power rankings.
Oh yeah. We're going to go.
I'll tell you right now. They're not top 5.
No. Kenny and I have divulged part of our list to each other for the first time ever. That's what'll happen when K-State wins and KU loses. We're like, oh, all right, this was a great weekend.
The world makes sense again.
Yeah, it does. So we do have the same.
Team's right. Everything is just right.
We have the same, I would say 4 or 5 spots, and the rest we haven't talked about. So
yep.
We have not talked about the rest. We'll talk about that.
John, he chimed in during my apology. He says, I kept telling everyone K-State was not a bottom half Big 12 team. Well, hold on there, John. Let's pump the brakes here. Okay. We've got one game and really only one half that we played absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but we still scored 17 in both halves.
True, but we did allow some points to come back.
We did
in the second half.
We
did allow them to make some big plays. And again, we played a bottom half team. Our prediction is that UCF, now they haven't played anybody, but UCF, we believe that UCF is a bottom half team. So until I see K-State win a decisive, now listen, if K-State goes and beats Baylor and beats TCU and then wins Texas Tech, I think they're easily up there. But I'll say this: if they beat Baylor and TCU, they are automatically top 5 for me.
Can I make a
automatically?
Can I have a little rant here, Kenny?
Go ahead.
Gene Taylor, what are you doing, man? Like scheduling wise, like if K-State had UCF schedule, they'd be 4-0. They would be 4-0 right now. Because you wouldn't play that game in Ireland, right? You'd play the 3 non-conference games. If K-State beats UCF, they obviously beat the 3 teams that UCF beat, right? Like North Carolina is terrible. North Carolina A&T, awful. Jacksonville State would probably be the closest game out of those 3. K-State would be 4-0 right now. They might be in the top 15, might be in the top 10. Gene Taylor, you got to do a better job scheduling, man. You got to do a way better job scheduling. Find some of these easier teams to play. Don't play any away road games. That is dumb. Or away non-conference road games is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. I'm kind of frustrated because it feels like K-State could be a lot better with a better schedule.
I think the idea is if K-State would have won all of these games, it would have seemed like they were, how do you say, battle tested, like in the sense of like the perspective of who they beat.
Sure.
Like, oh my gosh, like they have just, I mean, they basically played, these teams that are tough teams to beat, whereas like no one's giving credit to Portland, like no one, like you beat Portland. Okay. Big whoop. You know what I mean? That's not going to give you any brownie points. It's going to look good on your record, but we're in conference play now. So the non-con does not matter anymore. And that's what I think is kind of dumb. Like, why even play these non-conference games anyway? Because no one cares. No one cares about them.
No one cares.
Because all they care about is the playoff.
Yeah, if K-State wins the next 8 games, they're 9-3. That's a pretty darn good record. They're in Arlington. They'll probably, if they go 8-0 during a stretch and they play in Arlington, there's no way I'm picking them to lose that game, right? But had they had the schedule that UCF had, they're probably right where Iowa State is, which is in the top 15. They're 14th and 12th in the 2 polls. I mean, Gene Taylor's got to do a better job scheduling, man. He just does.
See, Iowa State did have a comparable, I wouldn't say the same, but a comparable schedule to K-State, and they had an in-state rival. They had Arkansas, Arkansas State, right?
They played at Arkansas State, which by the way, they probably should have lost that game, but they didn't.
But I'm saying, like, that's what I mean. Like, you can compare Arkansas State, Army, Iowa, Arizona State or Arizona, you could put these teams kind of like side by side. Iowa State won them, so it makes them look good, and they're ranked like what, 11th or something like that.
Don't give up a home game, man, to go play in freaking Ireland. I'm still mad about that, dude.
No, I'm furious about it, but Iowa State capitalized on these games, and they've won these games, and in the eyes of the public and also in the ESPN power rankings, they are ranked higher and higher and higher with every single win. You know what I mean? So it's just it's hats off to them, man. They're capitalizing on a season they made it to the conference championship, the first time ever winning more than 9 games. I mean, like, they finally are. This is like the golden age of Iowa State, which is crazy. But
crazy.
It's crazy that it's happening to them, thinking that this was the year of K-State. You know what I mean? So frustrating. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say season's not over, baby. Season's
not over. A lot of things can happen, but Iowa State does have a cheesy, easy record or easy schedule from here on.
They do. If you look at the rest of their schedule, it's crazy.
Totally manageable.
I mean, they have at Cincinnati, at Colorado, then your toughest games really at home. You get BYU, Arizona State, and KU at home. Their only tough game remaining that's away from home, probably at TCU. The rest of those are all home games. So,
yeah. So
we'll see.
Anyway,
we'll see, man. We'll see.
We will see. Like, anything can happen. This is college football. Okay.
Yep.
So
Florida State lost.
Florida State
lost to freaking Virginia.
Georgia lost a home game in the first time in 33 games at home. Like,
that was a coaching thing, though, dude. Their coach not kicking a field goal that could have tied the game. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. We're not gonna post that. All right, Stevie B. We're gonna be back tomorrow.
We are
probably in the AM or afternoon, because you have a day off, and that's when I'm home. That's when I get done with work. So I'm excited. I'm happy, obviously, as you could tell. And
hopefully this is just a start. Hopefully
this is
K-State can build off of it, because there's a lot to take from this game. Positives, a couple negatives, but mostly positives. And really that all stems from Dylan Edwards. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead. Don't forget to do the thing. You know the thing. And go Big 12 and go Cats. Go Cats, baby.